Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, yinDyang. First, another shout out to everyone who has liked, subscribed, and shared, and even commented. I really do appreciate the comments, and feel free to continue to comment. If you find anything that resonates with you, please feel free to type that so that other people can see it and hopefully it resonates with them too. Alright, so today we are doing some inner work, some self-reflection to kind of conclude our self-love series. I know it's coming to an end, but there will be more in the future as when I feel that there are more things I would like to expand upon and build off of. So let's do this. As of now, we know the importance of self-love and we know the tools that we can use to find self-love again, but I think we also need to take some time to reflect how much should we be pouring into ourselves? How much more do we need to swim to get to that boat of self-love? Knowing how big our cup is important so that we know how much more we need to continue to pour into it so we can fill it up. So this may be journal time for some of you journalers, or maybe you just want to sit in reflection and just pause after each question just to think about it. So let's dive deep. We will be touching on two major topics. The first one, how do you talk to yourself? Or how you talk about yourself. And the second one, what are you taking in, absorbing, or letting into your inner home? So now let's get to number one. How do you talk about yourself or to yourself? Do you quickly dismiss yourself before others do? Do you think of yourself as a burden to others? Do you try to beat others to the punchline of insults? What is your reaction when you walk across your reflection? Or do you just avoid it? Are you accepting of compliments, or do you respond with a statement of one of your other flaws? Do you apologize for taking up other people's time? Instead of just saying thank you for sharing their time with you? Do you laugh when you do something goofy or strange? Do you make jokes just to make yourself laugh? Do you smile at your own thoughts? Do you give yourself hugs? Do you enjoy time alone with just yourself without distractions? Now, it is so important to realize our worth and make the choice to change. Keep track of your thoughts so that you can monitor it and act accordingly. You need to realize your worth to make the change necessary so that you can continue to pour into yourself. It is so important to realize your worth and watch your thoughts and watch the way you talk to yourself. Okay, topic number two, which has a lot of sub-points, so keep up. What are you taking in or absorbing, or are you inviting into yourself? Music. Do you listen to songs about objectification, unsustainable lifestyles, money, fame, drugs, sex, the usual shebang? Or do you listen to uplifting songs that fill you with joy, remind you of your worth, make you smile, make you think, fill you with passion? So I'd like to also let you guys know I do plan on sharing a playlist with you all of some songs that I do enjoy that fill me up. If they don't work for you, that's cool. Make your own playlist. But I figured I'd share what I have. Also, if you're really not interested in changing your whole playlist, that's fine. This is about balance. I would say I like to listen to those energetic pump, lit songs when I do work out so that I kind of have balance with that. So instead of, cutting all songs out of my life, I'll just focus on that kind of music when I'm working out, and on other times, like when I'm just want to listen to music, I listen to stuff that's more relaxing and calming and uplifting. Food. Food affects your mood. There you go. The food we eat is so powerful, which is why they say you are what you eat. Oftentimes, the things we eat can influence our day, which is why breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Why do you think people get hangry? Food affects your mood. But anyways, next sub point. I personally noticed that when I eat food that is really oily. Like one day I had fries and pizza in the same time. I mean, I drank water and whatnot, but I realized that right afterwards, even though I was having an amazing day, I was super irritable. Like I was snapping at one of my friends. He was like, "Whoa, why are you so sassy today?" Sassier than usual, but you know, sassy today. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm having such an awesome day. I don't know why. And then after thinking about it, I realized it was what I ate. So I went on ahead, ate some veggies, had some kombucha, drank some more water, and I was feeling so much better afterwards. So keep in mind of what you eat. When I do go on to eat like yummy vegan food, I realize I'm so much more energized, I'm happier, and I feel like I'm more my authentic self. I believe that food not only affects us biologically, but it also affects our mental state. When I eat too much of something, or I eat something that I know isn't very good for me, I feel almost instant guilt after that last taste has left my taste buds. When I do eat something that's healthy and tasty, y'all might even catch me humming and dancing in my seat. So do your body and mental state some good and eat good. Eat good, feel good. Our second sub point is, what do you watch? Is your head constantly in magazines or social media? Do you watch movies or TV shows with people who don't look like you? I personally watch more movies than TV shows, and I'm also a very critical and conscious viewer. So I notice the subliminal messages and the undercasting of women of color and the roles that they're forced to portray, and the systemic racism within Hollywood and the film industry is so deep and intrinsic in our culture, which will have to be a topic we get into another day. But because of that, I make a intentional effort to watch more conscious and or predominantly black casted films than I do those that are mainstream and whitewashed. Because of that. Or otherwise, I'll just watch some animated films that have a profound message behind them. Alright, so watch what you watch. And now our third point, as to the things you let in your life. Look at the people around you. Look at your friend group, the people who you let in your inner circle. Do they lift you up, encourage you, and support you to be your best? Or are they just around for a good time and a few laughs? That's fine and dandy and all, but I encourage you to find a group of people or a person that helps you walk into your purpose. Do the people around you put you down more than they lift you up? Crack jokes more than they compliment you? Are they negative and pessimistic? If they are, you may want to consider limiting your time with them, or let them know in a respectful way how their energy and mentality, when vocalized, is impacting or affecting you. Lastly, you don't want to cut people out of your life just because you don't necessarily like their presence. As I mentioned before, this channel is about finding the right balance in your life, so balance doesn't always mean cutting people off. Cut people off with caution if you feel like you absolutely have to. But the message here is to find the right balance in your life. So balance your time with them and time with other people. Balance the people that you feel are uplifting versus those that are not. And the balance is different to everyone. That doesn't mean it needs to be equal. Equal, it is not always equal balance, because a feather can be the same size, can be bigger than a rock, but one's going to be higher up on that scale. So find what's right. Find the right balance that is right for you. And now lastly, influencers. Who are the people you look up to? Check out the people you look up to. Is it because of their physicality or the physique that they have? What do you think that says about where your focus is? Maybe consider if that is the best focus for you right now. You look at them because of what they stand for or represent. then maybe you need to make sure you do a thorough background check on them, because subliminal messages are real. Be sure that you know their belief system before following them to the end. For example, I admire Ashley Graham's promotion of body image. I admire Beyonce's singing abilities, but I wouldn't want to be either of them, and I also wouldn't consider either of them my role models. Humans are flawed. I know that probably goes without saying, but I think we need to remember, especially when we look at celebrities, they're still human, and humans are flawed. And in an attempt to build ourselves up, we tend to follow other people's examples when we don't even know who they are. If you feel like you need a role model, someone to look up to, I would encourage you look at the other people in your life, the people who are real right here in front of you, the physical beings in your existence. People who aren't trying to sell an image or perception of themselves to you. My role models are the seasoned women in my life, like my mother, my grandmothers. So if you don't have a per se mother figure or father figure in your life, then look a little bit deeper into the people you do have around you, because I'm sure there is someone that can guide you on this journey. Or find a life coach. Ideas. That's what I'm here for. Okay. Furthermore, do not try to follow into anyone's footsteps. You are on your own path, and although you may want to do something similar to someone you've seen do, remember, everyone is different, and everyone has a different calling in life, a different purpose, a different reason for being here. And it's almost impossible to fill other people's shoes, because once again, we're on a different path, and our feet are different sizes. We're on a different path, and keep that in mind when you do try to follow into other people's footsteps, because they may not be going in the same direction as you. So just strive to be the best version of yourself. Imagine the person you see yourself being and start showing up as them. It should go without saying at this point, but it is so important to have balance in your life. And again, that is what this channel is about. If you aren't ready to remove certain toxicities out of your life, then start adding more healing things in your life. Things that will counteract those poisons that you keep on taking in. And until then, until you can find ways to replace those things, take little steps if you can. Or start with the self-reflection. Start journaling. Start writing down the things that you can change in your life right now. Yes, do long-term goals, but also what can you do right now? Once again, this brings me back to our earlier topic of finding self-love. What can you do now? A lot of times we get lost in focusing on big goals, but because we psych ourselves out of reaching that big goal because we don't make those small steps. We don't write out our small goals, our minor goals that will get us to our major goals. So what can you do right now to bring more self-love into your life? Maybe it starts with changing your mentality, or it starts by removing those toxicities. That's why this video is here now, so you can acknowledge where you are and what steps you need to take to get to your place of self-love. Your little boat. Self-love is too important to not take seriously, because it affects nearly every aspect of our lives. Make a commitment now to do what's best for you so you can become the best version of yourself as possible. So for my journalers out there, maybe it's journal time, because I have a journal prompt for you after you finish this video. What are things you can change in each aspect that I've addressed to bring more balance into your life so that you can find self-love? And I'm going to leave you all with a quote as always. Just like the moon, we must go through phases of emptiness to feel whole again. Alright, you guys, let's go live life.